Situated amidst the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Nauru, the third smallest nation globally, has endured a striking economic downturn that has left its inhabitants facing profound consequences. This video will look into the intricate story behind Nauru's dwindling fortunes, exploring the key factors that contributed to this economic crisis and shedding light on the lessons that can be learned from its tumultuous journey. 1. History background information on Nauru as once the world's most prosperous country per capita. Nauru's story unfolds as the island transitions through stages of tremendous prosperity. It all started with the accidental unearthing of a hidden gem, phosphate. Like a secret treasure hidden beneath Nauru's soil, this valuable resource became the golden ticket to unprecedented riches. During the booming phosphate market of the 1970s, Nauru experienced a period of substantial prosperity. In fact, it was estimated that Nauru's per capita GDP in 1975 reached an impressive $50,000, ranking second to Saudi Arabia. During its most prosperous year of trade in 1975, Nauru generated profits that, in today's currency, would equate to a staggering $2.5 billion. This substantial wealth could provide comfortable support for the entire population of Nauru for many generations. With pockets full of cash, Nauru embarked on a whirlwind journey of development and extravagance. The nation purchased a fleet of Boeing 737 airplanes, offered extensive public services without levying taxes, and granted nearly every child on the island a full scholarship to pursue studies in Australia. Furthermore, Nauru invested $2 million Australian dollars in an unsuccessful West End musical production titled Leonardo the Musical. Real estate and diverse industries all felt the gravitational pull of Nauru's deep pockets. The world became Nauru's playground as this tiny island staked its claim on a global stage. As demand for phosphate skyrocketed worldwide, Nauru was a virtual monopoly, commanding sky-high prices and reaping enormous profits. 2. Lack of economic diversification. But amidst this remarkable rise, challenges loomed on the horizon. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Nauru heavily relied on phosphate mining as its primary source of income. Heavy reliance on a single resource raised questions of sustainability. The vulnerability to global economic fluctuations added a touch of uncertainty to this unprecedented success story. As the reserves depleted, so did the nation's economic strength. The nation's excessive reliance on imports has resulted in a significant outflow of funds, exacerbating the economic challenges posed by a lack of diversification. Imagine placing all your bets on a single horse, and then suddenly, it loses its stride. Without diversification, the country's heavy dependency on mining revenue has led to an economic downturn as global demand steadily declines. 3. Mismanagement of resources. But there's more that pulled this nation from grace to grass. Nauru has been plagued by allegations of corruption and poor financial management, hindering its ability to allocate resources effectively. An instance of corruption in Nauru can be exemplified by the Radiance companies, which generated substantial profits by exporting phosphate to their customers in Australia. These profits were then utilized to facilitate the payment of illicit bribes or commissions to the Nauruan Foreign Phosphate Officers, FPOs, allocating the phosphate shipments to Radiance Minerals. In 1996, Nauru faced the consequences of deficit spending, leading to a default on external debt payments and challenges in meeting government payroll obligations. The lack of public accounting makes it difficult to trace the extent of these losses directly. Another financial difficulty that Nauru faced was after the grounding of Air Nauru Pacific service in 2002. This suspension was due to outstanding bills owed to Qantas, a crucial provider of the transportation of food supplies. The interruption of air services directly affected the availability of essential commodities. Furthermore, Nauru has also experienced intermittent disruptions in telephone services due to unpaid bills. These instances highlight the challenges the government faces in managing its financial obligations. Many times, when funds were generated from phosphate mines, they were not utilized because there weren't enough trained staff members to ensure the money was allocated properly. This means that the funds intended to support Nauru did not achieve its full potential due to the lack of knowledgeable individuals overseeing the process. 4. Outcomes on Nauru financial breakdown. In 2002, Nauru encountered a significant financial setback that led to the cessation of loan payments. This situation was aggravated by the devaluation of the Australian dollar compared to the US dollar. Among the entities affected by Nauru's financial struggles was GE Capital, which was owed a substantial amount of $239 million US dollars due to mortgaged properties. The inability to meet loan obligations had severe consequences, leading to external intervention and further impacting Nauru's financial stability. With mining revenue vanishing into thin air, Nauru's economy has become increasingly reliant on foreign aid. The country heavily relied on expertise from foreign professionals. Almost all its institutions, such as government agencies and organizations, were led by advisors from other countries who held managerial positions. Moreover, the environmental consequences of phosphate mining cannot be ignored. The mining operations on Nauru have left an indelible mark on the island's landscape, affecting more than 80% of its land. This has led to a situation where only a small portion, around 10% of Nauru's land, is suitable for agriculture. Additionally, the island is heavily polluted with substances such as cadmium residue, phosphate dust, and other contaminants that pose environmental challenges for farming. Due to these circumstances, the majority of the population has concentrated and now inhabits the island's southwest coast, one of the few areas offering relatively better living and economic opportunities. Children and families are particularly vulnerable in this situation. Due to extensive phosphate farming, the country suffers from a scarcity of fresh water and has very limited arable land, resulting in the need to import 90% of its food from Western nations. Unfortunately, this heavy reliance on processed food has had detrimental effects on the health of its population. Nauru has one of the highest rates of obesity in the world. In fact, 65.6% of adult women and 61.4% of adult men in Nauru are categorized as obese. These figures are well above the regional averages of 31.7% for women and 30.4% for men. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Nauru delved headfirst into the realm of offshore banks and high-risk financial ventures. However, their aspirations for financial success were met with disappointment as these investments turned out to be relatively lackluster, resulting in substantial losses. To exacerbate matters, Nauru neglected the crucial step of verifying the identities of their banking customers and failed to ask the necessary questions. Consequently, unbeknownst to them, Nauru unwillingly played a part in facilitating the laundering of a staggering $70 billion by Russian criminals in 1998. This regrettable turn of events led to a grim scenario in 2002, when the United States Treasury slapped Nauru with the shocking designation of a money laundering state, subjecting it to highly punitive sanctions comparable to the ones imposed on Iraq. 5. Steps Nauru has taken. Can Nauru still become the wealthiest country? So, is there any hope for the historical Nauru? Has anyone come at its need? Well, Australia has established offshore processing centers for refugees on Nauru, which gives Nauru a flicker of hope for the future. While these processing centers may not offer a perfect solution to Nauru's economic challenges, they have contributed to boosting its economy. The presence of these processing centers has provided economic opportunities and income for Nauru. By hosting these facilities, Nauru receives financial support from Australia and gains employment opportunities related to the operation and maintenance of the centers. Australia has been actively supporting Nauru in climate change and disaster resilience with a financial contribution of $20 million a year. The support provided by Australia to Nauru is fueled by a solid bilateral relationship between the two countries. This close historical connection has been translated into a unique partnership characterized by mutual understanding and cooperation. Furthermore, according to the World Bank data, as of 2021, Nauru's unemployment rate stands at 5.1%. This means that 5.1% of the country's labor force is currently unemployed and actively seeking employment, suggesting that the job market in the country is relatively stable, with a majority of the labor force being employed. However, it also indicates that some of the population still lacks jobs and is looking for employment opportunities. On security and safety, Nauru stands out among the other countries in Oceania as it has implemented a complete ban on civilian firearm ownership. As a result, there is no market for arms trafficking within the country. The criminality score of Nauru is 1.77, indicating that the country's organized criminal activity level is shallow. In comparison to other countries, Nauru ranks 192nd out of 193 in terms of criminality, demonstrating its exceptional performance in maintaining law and order. In the mining sector, the government of Nauru regards rare earth metals as an essential element in the transition towards green energy. Nauru's current engagement in deep-sea mining is viewed as a relatively favorable approach. Nevertheless, critics concerned about environmental conservation assert that mining the ocean floor could pose a significant risk to crucial marine ecosystems. 6. Road to recovery. To ensure a sustainable income, Nauru must diversify its economy. Nauru can leverage its geographical location in the Pacific Ocean to develop its fisheries industry. It can establish regulations to manage the fishing resources sustainably and promote exports of seafood products to regional and international markets. Investing in agriculture can also contribute to Nauru's economic recovery. The country has suitable crop growth conditions, such as coconut, papaya, and taro. By supporting local farmers and improving agriculture infrastructure, Nauru can meet its domestic food needs and export surplus produce. Furthermore, Nauru has the potential to develop its tourism sector. With its beautiful beaches, pristine natural landscapes, and unique cultural heritage, the country can attract tourists seeking off-the-beaten-path destinations. These sectors have untapped potential and can provide stable income for the country in the long run. 7. Lessons to learn from Nauru. So, what can nations and individuals learn from Nauru? Well, managing money well is crucial for achieving financial stability. Effective money management ensures individuals are financially secure by creating a safety net for emergencies and unexpected expenses. It helps avoid debt and provides the necessary cushion to withstand financial shocks. Managing money well allows individuals to set and achieve their financial goals. By budgeting, saving, and investing wisely, one can save for a down payment on a house, fund education, or plan retirement. Secondly, diversifying investments is another crucial factor for achieving financial stability and maximizing returns. Diversification is a strategic approach to growth which entails the expansion of a business into novel markets. Diversification spreads investment risk across different assets or asset classes. If one investment performs poorly, others may compensate for the loss. For example, instead of investing all savings in a single stock, diversifying into a mix of stocks, bonds, and real estate reduces the impact of market volatility. Diversification exposes investors to a range of potential growth opportunities. Different assets perform differently in various economic conditions. By spreading investments, individuals can benefit from sectors or industries that are thriving, even if others are struggling. Take, for instance, an individual invests all their money in a single tech stock. If the stock performs poorly, they could lose a significant portion of their investment. However, if they diversify their investment by spreading it across stocks in different industries, bonds, and real estate, they reduce the risk of losing everything if one investment underperforms. When individuals have control over their finances, it reduces financial stress and anxiety. They can better focus on other aspects of life, such as personal relationships and career growth. What do you think about Nauru Nation? Give your opinions in the comment section. Did you learn something new today? Share this video, hit the thumbs up like button, and subscribe to this channel for more insightful content. If you want to carve your unique path in life and take control of your future, watch the next video.